Come on, my royal. Hold on. It's all right. Well, good morning, friends. This morning I got my royal out here because I got to trim his toenails, and I'm gonna blunt them spurs there off because he's tearing the backs of a couple of my hens up. But I made these little chicken catchers right here. I don't know the proper name, but they sell them. But I made mine just out of a fiberglass rod with a metal end where I can reach up in there and grab them by their legs when I want to catch them. And that's been working a lot better than the old dip net. I think I'm gonna make me a real long handle one for my little short pins. That way I ain't gotta squat down. I can get in my tall box and reach up in there and catch them. So if I come across me a long piece of fiberglass or something, I'll make me a longer one. This morning I'm gonna weigh my royal here. Actually, I can't remember what his birth date is, but I'm gonna write his weight down, and then when I go in, I'll document how much he weighs now that he's full grown. Old my royal ain't wanting to cooperate this morning. Finna pop him on his head. 7 pounds. He weighs 7 pounds, 12.4 ounces. Stop it. So I'm gonna get y'all up here close, and I'm gonna show you how I trim their toenails to keep them from tearing the backs of my hens up. Now I'm gonna try to hold this camera so y'all can see, but I just use a pair of nail clippers for dogs. And we just gonna nip them off right there. As long as you don't get too far back, it's just like cutting your own fingernails. It don't hurt them. You get too far back though, it's just like cutting your own fingernails. It hurts like a booger. And that's how you clip chickens' toenails. Now the spur, I'm gonna do the same thing. It might get a little nip of blood out of it, but all I'm doing is clipping the point off. You can see there's a few drops of blood, but he didn't even flinch. But that's how quick and easy it is, guys. And your hens will greatly appreciate it. Like I said, you're gonna get a little blood coming out. That's nothing to be alarmed about. If you feel the need, you can take your little peroxide and pour on them. And since I keep some out here in my garden shed, because I always scratching myself, I'll put a little peroxide on them. Well, I got him out, check his bands to make sure they still loose, ain't got too tight. And I re-document what color bands he got. That way when I double check and enter this weight in on my spreadsheet, I double check and make sure I got my band colors right, because I did mess up on some and transferred them over wrong, so every time I weigh I update to try to catch if I messed up something. Now, y'all see my royal here's points on his comb. They're a lot shorter than they was last year. That's cause he got frostbite this winter. And the tips of his comb fell off, but they healed over good. I just treated them with some of that topical lotion, and they healed over real well. Made him look like he got a lot smaller comb than he did. Got a little bit of white in his ears. But we're gonna put him back up. Now I gotta catch. I know one of my roosters over here, I don't think he needs no toenail clipping because they ain't got to the breeding age yet, but his band looks like it's getting tight on his leg. And get that changed out. Now what we got here is the 16-week-old rooster from Chase at Recreational Homestead. And this is, hold on. This is the rooster that I picked out of all of mine to keep for a breeder. So his name will be Chase moving forward. I'm gonna go on and weigh him today at 16 weeks old since I got him out. £6 pounds, 15 ounces. Well, his leg band wasn't tight, it just done slid down there, but since I got him, I'm gonna go on and put one on it. A little looser. Because his will have to be changed out again, because at 16 weeks old, they're not done growing. Be still. I think while I got my clippers out, I'm gonna go on and clip his toenails. It's all right. Cause it won't be long, they'll be breeding. Still, that didn't hurt you. That didn't hurt you. Alright, you're done. You can go back and feed. This here's the second rooster that I was keeping and still may keep him for a backup rooster. Stand up there. Stand up there. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Stand up there. Open your feet up. He weighs 6 pounds, 7 ounces. And that's all the chicken weighing for today. So let's go find us something else to do. So Next, guys, we're gonna take old Ray Charles here, which was one of my buck rabbits, but he has wasted too much of my time. Apparently he went sterile back in the summer when it got so hot, and I give him all fall through the winter, and it's up here in April now, and every time I breed with him, he's not getting my does pregnant. Now, how I determined it was him is a couple times I bred them to my other buck and they got bred. So he's been to go in the pot, so I'm gonna get him out and I'm gonna go do the deed, get him quartered up, and then I'm gonna show y'all how we're gonna cook this rabbit today. So no more Ray Charles on the face. Be still. You finna go to the pot. The livers right there, that's the best part of the rabbit to me. They better than chicken livers. I got him all cleaned up, but as old as this rabbit is, he probably needs to go in the ice box and sit in this brine all night. But I'm gonna go on and get him in the pot, because when you're cooking something fresh like this, you need to get him in the pot cooking real quick, or you need to put him in the ice box and let him sit overnight. I can't pronounce that word, that rigmarole. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So that's why you gotta get him in the pot. So let's go get us an onion and get our stuff out. I just happen to have some of these fresh DP sweet onions. Let me pull one right here. That ought to be big enough. That's about a 4.5 inch onion. And guys, onions, you don't have to wait till they fall over and they're ready to harvest. You can harvest your onions as you need them to cook with. And that's kind of the way I'm going to be doing my chickens once I get started. I'm just going to hatch out 7 or 8 at a time, even if it's only 4 or 5. Just keep me a small batch hatched, and then I can get a chicken pretty much any time I want it without having to process them and put them in the freezer. You can use these green tops. We might throw some of them in there. We get the best part right out the center. Let's move over here to the pot. Well, guys, we're gonna take our handy dandy Dutch oven here. We're gonna go in with a little bit of lard, let that melt up a little bit. While that's melting, I'm gonna go and cut this onion up here some. And I'm gonna just lay it right here on top of this Dutch oven because I'm cooking outside. This is the way I like to cook. Makes me feel like I'm at the camp back in older days. When you try to mess up the least amount of dishes you can, because at the camp you didn't have water to wash in a sink and all that kind of good stuff. Now that that lard's melted, we're going to throw these onions in there. And I'm going heavy with the onions, but they're going to cook down. So this is going to cook long and slow all day. Now I'm going to go in with about a cup of carrots. These are frozen carrots. I'm going to go in with some garlic. This here is my garlic that's been outside, garlic powder. And y'all see I cut the little bottle open because after the day it's getting thrown away. And I ain't got fresh garlic, fresh onions. I use garlic powder and onion powder. That's probably a good big tablespoon. I'm going to turn my heat down a little bit because I want these to cook down a little while, and then I'll get back with y'all. I forgot, I'm going to go on and add some red pepper flakes. I forgot to get some peppers out of the freezer, so today I'm going to use red pepper flakes, but I'm going to wait and use my salt and black pepper after the meat goes in. Why I do that, I don't know. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I do it a different way. Oh, that's smelling good right there by itself. Now, since these are going to keep cooking down, I'm finna go in with my meat. I'll rinse and double rinse this. We're going to go in with the front leg quarters and the back leg quarters. Turn my heat back up. Should have done that first. I'm going to have a pot full of meat. Now, a lot of times I'll put a little flour on that and brown it up. But today I'm doing it this way. I'm going to put my lid back on there and let the heat come back up. Alright guys. Could have used a little bigger Dutch oven here, but that's alright. What I'm finna do now is mix up my gravy. Now today I'm going the cheap route with some of this Pioneer peppered white gravy mix. We're gonna put that in there, and I got some hot water. We're gonna whisk it up good. But we ain't trying to make a thick gravy out of this. It's just gonna be a good thin gravy. We can eat over some mashed potatoes or rice with this gravy. Another thing I'm gonna add to this gravy right here, even though it's black peppered, I'm gonna go on and sprinkle me some salt. Right over the top of this meat, and then I'm gonna flip it over, and I might put a little bit in that gravy there too. And since it's gonna be watered down so much, we're gonna add a little more black pepper. Y'all see what I was saying? It ain't really a gravy, but I wanted to make sure it's mixed up, not just put it in the pot. Then I'm gonna put in about a good teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, maybe just a little dab more. You ain't gonna taste that vinegar, but it helps break that tougher meat down, especially with this being an older rabbit. I seldom eat an old rabbit like this that I raised, but I've asked a couple of people did they want him, and they didn't want an older rabbit, especially when they knew why I was getting rid of him. So I decided we'd just eat him, because I bet it about 3 hours in this pot cooking slow, he'll be tendered down. We're gonna just pour that over there. When that comes up to a simmer, I'm going to turn it down to just barely a simmer. And it's going to cook, I don't know how long it's going to cook. It's going to cook a long time. But y'all will see me at supper time. Y'all see it starting to come up to a little boil. I'm going to turn my deal on my electric pot here. This ain't electric pot, the electric, whatever it's called. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I go blank. I'm gonna turn it down till the light goes off, and then I check it in a little bit. Alright guys, the rabbit's still cooking, but we finna get rid of some more animals that's been giving me a little headache this spring and summer. My jumbo wild Turnix quail. Now normally I keep 2 roosters to 8 or 10 hens, and that produces all the eggs and all I want to hatch. But this winter I lost one of my roosters, and this one rooster that's left in here, well, he just ain't been doing his job. I done tried incubating 3 different times, like 30 eggs each time, and don't get nothing out of it. Now I got 60 more eggs already started a week or so ago. Matter of fact, they should be hatching in the next couple of days on the first 30. And I got 30 more eggs in the incubator today. But I'm finna go on and harvest these breeder quails here, because I'm tired of feeding them, and plus I'm wanting some quail to eat. So one of 2 things is going to happen. Either I get some to hatch out of these 60 eggs to start over my little breeders, or if nothing hatches, I just order me some more eggs just like I did to get started before and start all over. But I'm tired of feeding these here, and I ain't getting no eggs to hatch out of them, plus I'm out of quail and I'm ready for some quail to eat. So I got my water heated up to 150 degrees. And quail, unlike chicken and rabbit, is so much quicker to dispatch. Now, I'm not going to do it on camera, but all I do is take the little fellas and grab their head. Next thing I'll do is drip them in the water. That's 150 degree water. Now, I'm going to do me a couple like that, and we're going to throw them over in the plucker. It don't take but just a few seconds. We're going to the plucker. Now, if you're a new subscriber, you ain't never seen my homemade plucker made out of a 5-gallon bucket. But just that quick, you got plucked quails. Now all I gotta do is pull a couple of them wing feathers there off. If I had somebody helping me, they'd already have me 2 more dispatched and dipped, and I'd be throwing them in right now. But that's how fast it is to process quail. Now I'm gonna go throw these in my cold water and we'll dip some more. We'll do it one more time to give y'all a close-up this time. Just push them down in there a couple times. And we're going back to the plucker again. This time I'll give y'all a shot down into the plucker. As you can see, all you have left is just some of your long feathers on your wing that you can snatch out of there real quick. And you got you a good clean plucked quail. Because I like cooking them with the skin on better than I do the skint quail. So as you can see, guys, I'm finna get the rest of these plucked. I put them in the sink in cold water right now. After I get them plucked, I go around there, remove all the internals, then I'm gonna bag them up and freeze them. And probably next time you see me, we're gonna be getting that rabbit out that pipe. Alright guys, there is our rabbit and gravy over rice. We got some crescent rolls and some broccoli and cauliflower. This rabbit ought to be real tender because it's done cooked, I don't know, probably about, let's see, 1, 2, 4, 6, about 8 hours. And it is, look at there, even though that's an old rabbit. Yeah, that turned out good. But it's been a lot going on today. I got out there after I said I wasn't gonna fool with the chickens no more. I done divided them up in the pens I want them in with my younger ones and my older ones. I took my quail, as you've seen, done away with them. So if I don't get some to hatch in there out of these next 60 eggs, then I'm just gonna order some eggs and start over. And I probably won't do that till toward the end of the summer. Because during the summertime with the garden and my yard service business, it's just too busy to keep on keeping up with all this stuff. But you ought to try this little recipe here if you're going to do some rabbit. Now if you're going to do young rabbit, you don't have to cook it so long. About 2.5 hours is long enough on a young rabbit. But rabbits is just like any other animal. It don't matter if it's chicken, squirrel, deer, duck. The younger it is, beef, your beef steaks, the younger it is, the more tender it is. The older it is, the longer you gotta cook it at a slow cooking. But even though that rabbit there is cooked all day long and it's tender and come off the bone, it's still more chewy than a young rabbit. Again, I normally don't save a rabbit that long to cook, but he just had to go. He done wasted too much of my time. But guys, I'm finna enjoy my supper here. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. And as always, hope you have a great day and a blessed week. God bless. See y'all next time.